everybody, Dr. Sandra Colton-Medici here. I am so excited to be with you today on Saturday. I am really excited to be talking about Spotlight on Business. And if you have never joined me for a live stream here on Amazon, if you're watching on YouTube, I really appreciate you spending some of your Saturday with me. Like I have pointed out on some of the different top and bottom things that are going on right here, join the conversation in the chat. Let me know where you are joining me from. Let me know if there's any products that you love, that you have experienced, that you think that I would love. I'm all ears when it comes to trying new things and really finding out, some of the secrets that, secret product lines that are on Amazon that I haven't actually experienced yet. So, like I said before, my name is Dr. Sandra Colton-Medici. I am not a medical doctor. I have my doctorate I should say, from the School of Education, Rossier at USC, and I specialize in marketing and digital marketing specifically. I help business entrepreneurs just like yourself get ahead in that rat race of a game that we have on social media and move your visuals and your strategic communication forward. So what I like to do is talk strategy and style here on Amazon. And that means giving you some insights into the products that I use and love, and some insights into ones that I have come across here on Amazon that I think that you would love too. So some of these that I'm going to be talking about today, I've given you a few different options in the list. Some are ones that I have used, and some are similar to the ones that I've used that have maybe a few different features and a few different price points, because I know that sometimes that's really great to have, is a few different options. So I wanted to make sure that I provided that to you today. Like I said, thank you so much for joining me. Drop a note in the chat. Let me know where you're joining me from. I know Amazon is global, so I'm so excited to reach, different places around the world. So I'd love to know where you are joining me from. I already put a welcome note in the chat because I love talking to you guys. Make sure to use that follow button so that you get notified anytime that I go live on Amazon. And I'm pretty sure it's up in this corner up here of your top left of your screen to follow me on Amazon. And then also, let's talk about business. So some of the things that I put on the list today are things that I actually use every single day. And some of the things that I originally started using them for have kind of gone by the wayside. So this one that I want to talk about right now, it is a universal cork board. Okay, so when I talk about highlighting different things in your business, sometimes people are really, really good at visualizing, like they need visualization every single day. And so one of the best things you can do is get a cork board and put things on your list or put things on your cork board that actually make sense to you. So when I do this, I usually have things that are going on, in my day to day. But with this specific item, it's a big one. Okay. So I cannot necessarily turn my camera so that you can see mine. Let me see if I can move this a little bit because it's actually mounted to the wall. So if you look up, you can reach yourself up there. So it's a big one. Okay. So this is a big cork board that I have that I use on a daily basis. Now, right now, my daughter made some artwork that she wanted to put on it because, she's in mommy's corner as far as the office is concerned. So I have some of her Disney artwork from Frozen. But if you are a visual person and you need to see things every single day in your business, having a cork board, not just a small cork board or like a magnet board, but a big cork board. I'm talking about big, because when I look at people's dreams and their goals, we're not setting like small little ones, right? I want you to be lofty with your business goals. I want you to be like up in the air, big, big, big dreams, right? Because if you aim small, you're going to go small. If you aim big, maybe you get to that big goal, but maybe you hit just right under it, which means that you are really, really reaching. So I love, love, love talking about this huge cork board. This one's 48 by 36. It has a natural wood frame, which is the one that I have as well. This one is 64.52. Now, when I got this in the mail, I was like, what did I buy? And why is it so big? But when you think about putting stuff on, it fills up really quickly, whether it's a saying that you put on there or it's, some sort of, visualization of, like a lot of times people make mood boards or, some sort of like inspiration board. You can do that too. Or you can put up things on your board that actually make sense too, deadlines that you have in your business. I know a lot of moms out there use cork boards to make sure that they're doing like their daily tasks, as far as like lunch and snack and, all of those different things that, it's not necessarily put up there for them. It's put up there for their kids so that they can look and reference. And I haven't gotten to that stage because my kids are 2 and 4. Well, one of my children is turning 2 this month. So woo, happy birthday. But they will be 2 and 4. And so they don't read necessarily in that way. Like they're not like doing all of the telling time and knowing how that works yet. Exactly. They're kind of got an idea, but not exactly. And so I'm not using it for that. I'm using it for my work inspiration. And I'm also using it to stay organized and sometimes display my daughter's artwork so that she feels like she's included because I am working a lot sitting at my desk. So this one, some of just the little points about it. Material used is wood. It's the brand is universal. The size is 48 by 36. It weighs 15. It says 15. I think what they're trying to say with 15.7 pounds. It does not weigh 15.7 pounds. I'm assuming that it can handle 15.7 pounds. Now, do not quote me on that, but that's what I'm interpreting from that kind of baseline description. But I really, really love a cork board. So if you are looking at this on your screen and you don't actually already have a cork board in your office or somewhere organizing your thoughts, it's almost like you're in real life virtual, not virtual anymore, Pinterest pin board, right? So you're pinning, right? Your ideas, your thoughts, your organization. And that is a great way for me, especially, and maybe for you, if you're visual, to have it right there in front of you. I know a lot of times if you're trying to hit your metrics as far as social media, digital marketing, anything like that, it's good to have a visualization. It's good to be reminded visually every single day. And that's one of my favorites. So that one's $64.52 right now on Amazon. And the next one that I wanted to talk about, I talked about a few sessions ago, and this because we're spotlighting business, Kleenex. I'm just going to say it. Keep your hands clean because you are typing on your keyboard. You are wiping your face. Maybe you have makeup on. Maybe we're still in the middle of the pandemic. You always want to have it at the ready just in case. So I put on Kleenex. It's I think it's got multiple packs. It's a 10 count pack. And for me, I love to be prepared for anything. Like I said, I do have kids. So that's one of the main reasons that I do put this on here, because sometimes they will come up to me, and I know this is way too much, sharing way too much, but they will be like, Mama, I have a boogie, right? And I'm like, what do you want me to do with that? Kleenex at the ready. I am not demonstrating any products today, so make sure that you're looking at the list below to see all of the product visuals, because I think that it's very, very helpful. I can actually, let me see if I can just share my screen, because that might actually be really helpful, so that you can see it as well. So let me just see if I can just share my screen so that you can see what I'm looking at. I'm just going to share a window if I can see in my little Chrome tab. Here we go. So let's see if we can share this. And if you can see it, feel free to drop me a note in the chat. But I do love, let me see what you're actually seeing, just so that we have this ready. Yes. Okay. So you're seeing the Kleenex every day. So I love this one. So if you are not seeing it down here on the list, you can see it right here. Oh, right here. I'm so bad with the pointing. All right, so this one actually it's a 10 count pack of 30. Sorry, I misspoke earlier. But this one, I love Kleenex just as a brand. And so if you are thinking about anything like this, make sure that you are, thinking about it in a way that you are resourceful and not wasteful, right? You want to put them in every single corner of your house that you know you're going to use them, or in your car, or like myself, in the diaper bag or something like that. So like I said, it's very, very useful. Let me go back over here. That one's 3182. Back to something that I absolutely love, which I just switched the screen to the 2021-2022 desk calendar. Yes, I said it. Now, if you haven't had a chance let me see if I can. Oh, it's not going to let me go back. So I will just pull up the screen as I see it, because I actually clicked into the product. So we will come back to that. But when I looked at some of the things I wanted to share with you today, I wanted to share the desk calendar. And the reason is because this one, you can, desk calendars can go on the wall as well. And I actually have mine on the wall. So I selected two desk calendars that I thought would be really beneficial. One's $9.99, one is $7.96. But when you are looking at desk calendars, you want ones that are going to be a little further out than where you're at right now, right? And you want to make sure that when you're utilizing desk calendars, that you are, I would say, more specific on certain ones than others, because they only allow you for a certain amount of space. So when you're looking at this one, and I'll share it on my screen as well, you can see that it's not very big. Let me see if I can make it a little bigger. Let's see if I make this bigger this way. Did it make it bigger on your screen? Not really. Well, you can see there's a there's a calendar, right? But the squares are kind of small. So what I wanted to show you as well is I have my desk calendar actually on my wall. So I'm going to turn this screen so that you can see my desk calendar. Boom, boom, is right there sitting on my wall. So that's the one that I have, and I obviously cross it off every single day. And you can see that that's the one that I have that I do the most with. All right. So I don't try to put products on here that I wouldn't actually use. And let me just resituate this, get back in frame. But I do love a good desk calendar. So if you haven't had a chance to get a desk calendar for yourself, I would highly recommend it, because I actually had this calendar, which my mom gave me. It was a Ruth Bader Ginsburg calendar for 2021. And I had that on the wall too. So I'm a big calendar fan because I like to have it, like, obviously I have it in my phone. You have your phone calendar, your Google calendar, all of that. But then I have it on the wall. And then I had another one on the wall with Ruth. And for me, it's not about, do I know the date, right? It's that if I'm on a call, can I just look to the right? Boom, it's on the wall. I can see it. I don't have to go into my phone. I don't have to search. I utilize Dubsado for client management. Do I need to go in there? I can literally just look at the day on the wall. Boom, there you go. And so if you are somebody who needs, that immediate, what day is it? If you don't already know the date, that you're looking ahead, like maybe a month or two or whatever, it's great to have it right there on the wall. So I put in a few different ones. This one that's on the screen right now is $9.99. I also put in another one that is, let me click out of this so that I can show you. The other one is $7.96 right now on Amazon. And this one is rainbowy. I like it because it's got a lot of little colors and everything. And it immediately reminded me that, oh my goodness, we are about to be in 2022. Have you even thought about that? That we went from, where are we right now in the middle of the pandemic, 2019, 2020, people going home from work. We already went through all of 2020. We already went through the majority of 2021. To me, that's insane. I don't know if it feels insane to you. Drop a comment if you feel like it has just gone lickety split just by in a flash. That's how it felt to me. So I picked this one because it stood out to me. It had the rainbow colors. And it also, it's $7.96, which is a little bit less expensive. So one is $9.99 in the list, one's $7.96. I thought that it was great to have a few different ideas. And if you click through on the images, it shows you how you can hang it. It says it's 17 by 12. It goes from August 2021, get this, to January 2023. My goodness, that's like I can't even think about 2023 right now. Like, I know that we were thinking about going to the Olympics in France in 2024, I think is when they're having it. But I like that even is a little bit off, right? Just as far as the amount of work it takes to get to the next. Like, what? Anyway, so 2022, if you go through here, you can see some of the different images of the style that it is. And yes, it's just those squares. So sometimes people like to have more of a daily calendar, but I like the quick look at the desk calendar that can also, with these two holes at the top, become a wall calendar. So that's my favorite because it can become a wall calendar, and it shows you the insides of the calendar. So you see what kind of designs it has for you to start, thinking about. I have this rogue hair. So you can start thinking about how you're going to personalize it and do that whole thing. So I put 2 on there. Now I also, because we're spotlighting business today, I also wanted to showcase these glasses that I came upon. Now, I love Iris Opfel. Love. She celebrated, I think, her 100th anniversary or 100th birthday this year, not too long ago. And the glasses that I put on here, let me just share the screen as well so that you can see them on the screen. I love them. If you don't wear glasses, that doesn't mean, if you don't wear prescription glasses, that doesn't mean that you cannot rock the fashion. And I love this. I love it because her style is undeniable. But in business, having a signature look it's really important. It also is important that you stay true to who you are, right? Now, this is on the Amazon fashion kind of section. And the store that these are from is called Zlul. And I hope that I'm saying this right. It's a Zlul retro thick round blue light blocking glasses for women and men. It says Calhoun, and then it has a little code. For me, this could be guys or girls, right? But when you look at them, it reminds me of Iris Opfel and her glasses. They're so stylish. These are blue lights. So that's what I was talking about. If you don't have prescription or need prescription, you might be in the game for blue light glasses. And that is to protect yourself from, the blue light that is supposedly coming off of the computer screen that we're all staring at all day long. So if you are in the market for some business upgrade as far as your blue light glasses, I wanted to put this on here because I'm all about showing your personality. And if this fits your personality to have some fashionable glasses, do it. Even if they're blue light glasses, that doesn't mean they have to be like the ugliest glasses in the world. These ones are $36.99 on Amazon. They already have 61 ratings. For me, I don't own these, but I love them. And I wanted to put them on my list because it reminds me so much of Iris Opfel. And it says that they are imported. They're plastic frames, they're plastic lenses. So to me, that means, yeah, you could probably work with them. You're not really afraid of too much happening to them. Non-polarized. And so I really love these ones. There are ones underneath it. If you are scrolling down with me on this page, you can see that there's on this side, there are 2 others that are on the fashion side of glasses. And I highly recommend, if you are in business for yourself and maybe you're not really seeing a lot of people in person these days, that you spice it up a little bit because you have meetings on Zoom or GoToWebinar, GoToMeeting, whatever it is that you use for your your face-to-faces, which are really virtual. That's a great conversation starter, right? If you're in business and you're like, hey, let me get on that Zoom or whatever, these are not Iris Opfel. These are not the Zlul, but they are they're Valentino, right? So mine are prescription, but when I get on screen, if I have my glasses on, people are like, oh, where'd you get your glasses? Oh, are they prescription? Oh, yeah, cool. It's a conversation starter. It just is. It's not even a hard one either. And so that's the thing that I love about this one is it is a great conversation piece. Let me go to the next. All right. So the next one is a phone holder. Okay. On the last session that I did talk about my phone holder. And it's kind of the similar style, but I wanted to showcase another one. It's more of a clamp. So the one that I have, and let me just pan over if you can see. You can see a lot of party decorations. All right. So this one is my phone holder that I have when I do multiple lives that you can kind of, it's like that turkey neck, like you can move it around. The one that I put on the list is very similar. And it's actually, I wanted to put one that was black and not white. But when you see it on there, let me pull it up so that you can see it on the screen as well so that you have it in both places. Feel free to drop me a note. Oh, Stephen. Hey, Stephen. Thank you for following me. I appreciate it. Let me know if you have any questions in the chat. I'm going to share my screen right now and show you this one that they call it a gooseneck. Okay, so this one, they call it a gooseneck. It says phone holder bed gooseneck mount. And that's that whole like wrangling that you can do with it. When we talk about business, like I think a lot of people think, oh, okay, well, I'm going to talk about products. I have a few books in here that I'm going to talk about today, but to me, it's really all about being better, right? And getting things done either more quickly, more efficiently, more production, being more productive in your life, getting more organized. All those things are going to help you in business. That's why this one, I wanted to be specific about Spotlight on Business. Now, for me, in what I do, I am all about being live online. And so some of these things are helping me in business, and I hope they help you in business as well. But with this kind of wrangling that you can do, and the clamp that happens, you can see the clamp over here. I'm not quite sure if you can see the enlargement on your screen, but you can clamp it down. What I have done is I have clamped it down when I have done the like get ready with me kind of segments where you're taking it into the bathroom, let's say, and you're clamping it down on your bathroom sink. That has happened for me. I've clamped it onto my desk, which I think is really, really helpful. You can clamp it on, depending on what kind of computer you have, you can clamp it onto the side of your computer if you don't want to put it on the glass part of your computer, obviously. But you can clamp it onto a lot of different things. I actually have a rolly here that I'm going to showcase a product later. You can clamp it onto maybe a rolling device. I know a lot of times back in the day, and I don't even know if they're doing it these days, but guerrilla style, like if you were, filming something, you might get on a skateboard, you might clamp your high-end camera to a skateboard, and so that you could get some of those moving shots, right? Similar to this, if you are doing something where you need to clamp your iPhone because that's your source of camera, and you want to walk with it and you don't want to be holding it, you could like film some sort of walking scene by just clamping it to, a movable tray or something like that, a movable desk unit that, has wheels on it. That's another thing that I think a lot of people just forget, like, oh yeah, I can clamp it to my desk. Great. If I can clamp it to my kitchen counter, if I'm cooking online and I'm showcasing this, or I can clamp it in the bathroom if I'm doing makeup in the mirror, or you can clamp it to something that's movable and have it walking with you so that you can have, your hands free if you have something that you have a remote control where you can control that particular device. I think that is really essential. So when I talk about Spotlight on Business, I talk about things that are going to make you more productive, more organized, and de-stress your life. For me, this is a cool idea that I wish, I've been using a long, long, long time ago. All right. So one of the things that I absolutely love talking about is making sure that you are focusing in on your passion. And so the next item that I wanted to showcase is actually a book that I wrote. It's called Passion Pipeline. And this book is something that will take your passion and really focus it in. And I think that when people are looking at, spotlighting business, it really does come down to making sure that you are focused on your ultimate goals, right? And if you are focused on your goals, you are more likely to obtain them. So when I am talking about this book, I really am talking about getting the real deal going. As far, let me see, does it show? There you go. That it's a 1 hour short read. It went to #1 on Amazon. Yay! Thank you, Amazon. In the 1 hour. 1 hour, or sorry, it went to #1 on the new release category when it came out in September 2020, and it is really short. It is not hard to read. It gives you a lot of information that you can take back and go back to over and over. If you are a multi-passionate person, if you are somebody who wants to do a ton of different, things with your business, but you don't know where to start, this is really, really helpful to just have a starting point. And then as you go through the framework, the pipeline is an acronym. And the acronym helps you come back to different parts, right, of that framework so that you can work on, where you're getting stuck, where you're finding that hiccup. And so I always think about ways that you can be more productive, like I said. But if you are multi-passionate, sometimes things that might be holding you back are the most fun, right? You might be really, really excited about doing something that you really love, but that's the one thing that's holding you back from doing the other thing that's making you the most money, right? And so it's a way to kind of negotiate how to take your passion and make it that thing that makes you the most money, right? I really find that there are a lot of multi-passionate people out there who just get stuck. You just get stuck in that kind of like frozen space. I actually had this happen to me the other night. I was working on my website and I was like, I really want to do XYZ. And I really want to do this to this page. And I really want to do this to this page. And I want to offer this. And I was in that like paralysis of wanting to do so much, but not knowing where to start. And it's really just decluttering and taking those things away from your mind and changing your mindset to go, okay, I can do this if I just have a starting place. And this book helps you have a starting place. Somebody is honking extremely loud outside. So, hey, I think that it's really important to have a starting place. And if you don't have one, this is the best place to go. If you look on the screen, it is $6.99 on Kindle. And there is also a paperback version of it. It is $11.95 with paperback. And I'm going to scroll down right now. It's in 3,289. It's ranked 3,289 in 1 hour self-help short reads. So it's up there. It's definitely helping people get to the next place in their business. And I highly recommend it. That's why it's on my list today. I don't always put my own products on my list, so I'm excited to share that one with you. All right, the next one that I wanted to share with you also, it is this. Did it even click? I think it did. Yeah. Okay. This one is called the HyperX Wrist Rest. And for me, I'm going to show you this on my screen. This is it. It's got, yes, it's dirty, but it is used. Yes. But when you are utilizing your computer on the daily, it's important that you are taking care of yourself, right? So let me put this on the share screen so that you can see it as well. I know that as I am working, my wrists get tired. They need something to rest on, to not just sit like this, right? To have the elevated action, right? And so when you are thinking about your, let me see if I can have, oh, there we go. You can see it a little bit better now. That it gives you, it's only $19.99. It's an Amazon choice. And you can see cool gel memory foam. This is what it's made of. Stable anti-slip grip. It says it's durable construction with anti-fray stitching, ergonomic design, fits full-size keyboards. And I can show you my keyboard so that you can see. Let me switch the way that it looks. So I have a Apple computer, right? And then you can see, let me take it off the screen so that you can actually see. Okay, so I have this, and you can see that it fits. Let me go this way. It fits. It's a little longer than the Apple keyboard, but you can see, right? So when you're thinking about, maybe protecting yourself with your keyboard, and making sure that you have something that actually makes sense for the long hours and the long haul that you're putting in on your computer. This, I think, is where it's at. You can also see down on the bottom, you can see a few other products. And let me scroll up. You can see a few other products right here that also kind of pair well with it. If you are looking at some of the things that you might use with, the right or left hand that you use to click, your mouse with. But I definitely think if you are a typer, that having support for those wrists, if you are a long standing typer and always doing it, like obviously I just talked about my book, I had to type it out, right? Different book elements. And it's very handy to make sure that you're not, stressing your body out, right? So that's one of the ones that I highly recommend as well. It's on my list. It's $19.99. Feel free, if you have a chance and you're watching right now, to hit that button. I'm going to point up because I think it's on the top left of your screen, and follow me so that you can hear more. I should say over there. Hit the follow button so that you can make sure to get notified every time I go live on Amazon, because I really, really enjoy having you live in my sessions. Feel free to drop a comment and let me know where you're joining me from. I definitely want to know, and I appreciate all of your comments. Anytime I can answer a question live for you. I had someone on my live stream last week, and she was like, "Can you say my name live on?" And I was like, "Yeah, why not? I'm shouting you out. Thank you for joining me." And so let's go to the next one, because this is kind of goes hand in hand. The next one that I put on here, and I put a 3-pack. Okay, so I put a 3-pack on here. This one is called the GQ. I'm probably butchering their name, but it's a 3-pack mouse pad. Okay, so when you think about mouse pads, think about like what I said earlier. I put Kleenex on here because, obviously things get dirty, you sweat, right? You just have, a lot of things go on, right? That you could, dirty your mouse pad with, right? So what I love to do is make sure that you guys are protected, right? And that you are thinking ahead for when you need the next thing in your life. So this one is a 3-pack. And that's because if I show you mine, this bad boy has been through it. It has been through it. Look at this. This thing has, here, it has been through it, right? It has been through it. Okay. So that's why get a 3-pack, be ahead of the game, in your business, in your life, get ahead. And that means buy 3 at the same time. And if you are looking for Christmas gifts, 3-pack, just saying, trust me, anybody who is who gets a what is it called, a mouse pad as maybe a stocking stuffer, I mean, no one's going to say, "Oh, thanks, I don't need it." They're going to be like, "Yes, now I can throw away the one that I've been using that is horrible." That is horrible, right? Because everyone needs a clean mouse pad. I should put that on a t-shirt. Everybody needs a clean mouse pad. So anyway, so this one is $8.99. And I really love that you can get a 3-pack all at the same time. Just some of the specs on it. Ultra smooth surface, made of premium textured and smooth multi-spandex surface that the mouse glides over nicely. It is optimized for fast movement while maintaining excellent speed and control. Great for daily work or gaming. So if you are a gamer and you spend long hours with a mouse pad, maybe you're doing it on desktop, maybe you are not trying to game on, with like the Xbox with like a controller or anything like that. Maybe you're on the desktop. that means that you're probably like sitting for long periods of time. That means you're probably snacking at your gaming chair, which means that you're probably using this, snacks, they fall on the desk. I mean, it just happens. It just happens. So if your mouse pad is gross like mine, then it's probably time for a new one, right? And it's not bad to give as a gift. I think that a lot of people, if they got a new mouse pad, they'd be like, sweet, now I don't have to buy one. Okay, so this one is it says it's $8.99, and it is 9.45 by 7.87. And so I suggest this for anyone who is looking to buy something that is going to help you in business, be more cleanly on your desktop, stay more organized, and feel a little cleaner. This is the one that I recommend. All right, so I want to go to an item that I think is super valuable, that you may not have, but maybe you are starting a new business where you are going to have to be online all the time. Okay, so this one is one that I absolutely love, and let me share it on the screen as well so that you can see it there too. I think that this one is extremely helpful if you are a content creator, if you are an influencer, if you are even just preparing different pitch decks or things like that, where maybe you need funding for your startup or something like that. The lighting that I even have a light out right now that's above me, but because I have a ring light and because it's on a stand, and let me try to show you. Turn this screen and I can pull it down. Hopefully you can see. This is my ring light, right? And you can see it's got the sand and everything, right? So if you are someone who is a content creator, you might be an influencer, you might even be on Amazon Live, right? Or you know someone who is, right? Because the creator economy is like this right now. It's not like this, it's like this. Okay, so if you are somebody who's in this kind of gig mentality, or you are freelancing, or you are an influencer, content creator, whatever you're calling yourself right now, you probably need a stable ring light that is going to give you the benefit of having that extra light. A lot of these that you see these days, they will come in a few different shades. So if you see on the screen right here, you'll see that they have a few different different lighting examples. Okay, so you can see it is a 12-inch LED ring light. Okay, it has a stable tripod that goes up to 65 inches, and it has the selfie ring light with the universal phone holder. And to me, like I said, I have that like Wrangler thing that I put on here, the gooseneck one. And you can work with both, right? You can have a live stream on TikTok the same time that you're going live on Instagram, right? So if you have multiple phones, it's always great to have the phone with the LED light and then have this kind of Wrangler thing on the side so that you can do two things at the same time, or three if you have a computer like I have right now that I'm going live stream on StreamYard to Amazon Live, in addition to having my phone set up on the side with my ring light so that I can go through all the products with you. And then if I wanted to, go live on another platform so that I have my other one with the product that I mentioned before that has the gooseneck on it. So if you are part of this gig economy, if you are part of the creator economy, this is like a staple, right? If you don't already have one, then you need to get one, right? It's kind of like you need to get on that gravy train before it passes through your town, because it is what is happening right now. And when I look at this, it's got 524 ratings. This is an Amazon choice. It's only $32.99, which is great. That is a great price point. And I think that when you are looking at all the different things that you can do, it has this stand that goes really short. Oh, hey. I don't know how to say your name. Is it Archana? Hi, Archana. How are you? I love it when people talk to me. um, and then somebody else followed, and I don't know who you are because it just says Amazon customer, but I'm definitely waving to you. Thank you so much for following me. Archana, are you? What do you do for business? What do you do for work? Let me know in the chat. I'm always interested. And then also, where are you following me from? Where are you located so that I know, where we are. Are we on the same time zone? I'm in LA, just so FYI. The other thing about this product that I really love is that it comes with a carrying case. So if you are an influencer on the go, or you just want to, like I do my podcast live on Fireside. So I could technically take my phone and do my podcast wherever I want, right? And this is kind of the same thing. If you wanted to go live, you could use the USB that this has on the end of the power strip. Greetings from California. Yay. What part of California? I'm in LA. So let me know in the chat. Yes. I think that it's really important to know that you have choice, right? You have freedom to get out there to do whatever you want, right? In business, in life. And if you have this function, if you have this ring light that you can just plug into your USB, or if you have, and I should add this, I'll do another one, Northern Cali, but reside in Central Valley. Nice. Okay. So I used to live in Millbrae, and I don't know if you know where this is, but Millbrae is kind of like when you go to the San Francisco airport, SFO, that's basically where Millbrae is. And yes, we all have control of our own happiness. Exactly. So thank you so much for joining me. Yes, it's a little outside. It's kind of like, you have to kind of go a little bit further to get into like downtown San Francisco. But yeah, I lived there until I was about 13. Yeah, so I get it. But when I went back, like my husband and I went back to the Bay Area, just so that he could be there for the first time. And we went to like Fisherman's Wharf. We went to Pier 39. We did like all of the, all the San Francisco things, right? We did not. Oh, my oldest was born in San Francisco. And we lived in. Oh, that's lovely. We did the whole Crooked Street. I'm forgetting what it's called. We drove down the Crooked Street. Vacaville, yes, Fairfield. Okay, so I used to be a pageant girl a long time ago, and I swear to God, we went to a pageant in Fairfield. Nice. Okay, so nice meeting you. I love talking to people while I'm on Amazon Live because people forget, like, we are actually live. And I love it because I get to know where you guys are from. I don't know if you have a favorite product that you've been looking at today, but if you are looking at any of these, they're supposed to be spotlight on business. And specifically, these are ones that I use every single day, whether it's the desk calendar that I mounted to the wall, or I should say I had my husband mount to the wall, or the cork board, the gooseneck iPhone holder, the ring light. There's a lot of things that I use that I think could definitely benefit all of the, business owners out there to make your lives even better. Like I said, this particular one that we're talking about right now is it's called the LED ring light. Have it 12-inch selfie ring light with tripod stand and phone holder. It says it's got a Bluetooth remote control and a carrying bag for video recording, live streaming, makeup, YouTube, photography, and camera. Hey, I don't know if that's Archana or if it's somewhere else, but you said hello in the chat, so I'm going to say hello in the chat. And I love when people talk to me in the chat because I am so excited that you're here with me, because a lot of times, when we go live on Amazon Live, when different, live streamers do this, you never know who's watching, right? And so it's always good. Thank you for following me. It's always good to know that, we're not just talking and that people are actually there. And especially to know that, if you have any questions, this is the time that I get to have with you to answer any questions that you have about the products. If I have specific knowledge of them, to go in depth into that with you. So those are really, really important moments for me as we live stream together. So let me go back. I know that I missed a few things. Okay. So I wanted to talk about one more that's really related to technology. Oops. Let me click on it so that you can see it on the screen. Okay, so this one's called WD Easy Store. Okay, so when you are thinking about making sure that you have everything backed up, right? And so in business, and especially if you just experienced the Facebook or Instagram kind of outage that everybody did last week, I think it was last week, then everybody went in this week and parts of last week to go and try to figure out how to download their data. So if you were one of the masses of people that had that outage across the globe, you probably were one of the people who also decided that it was time to back up your data. And so this one, let me pull it to a bigger screen here. This one's called WD Easy Store 1 terabyte external USB 3.0 portable hard drive, instant black. Okay, so when you think about protecting yourself in business, protecting yourself over the course of your lifetime of your data, you want to think about the backup, right? And so if you have been following me on TikTok, I said don't back up your data. And the reason that I was talking about the specific data that it was more about the content that you've created that wasn't resonating with your audience. Now, if you just want to back up your data in general, which I highly recommend for all of your files, all of everything that maybe you've put on to your Facebook page, your Facebook business page, maybe something that you know that you don't necessarily have control over because you don't own those platforms, definitely back up your data, because it's good to look at it like, and I don't know if Archana, if you're there with me, but it's good to look at your progress, right? It's good to go back to something that you've maybe backed up on your hard drive and say, oh, let me pull that out of the archives for like a throwback Thursday, or let me pull that out of the archives to like show people what it used to like maybe you're doing like a logo comparison, right? And you show people what it used to look like versus what you're at now. I know a lot of times you see that with, Coca-Cola. You'll see sometimes you'll see this during the holidays. They'll pull back, they'll pull out of the archives, the kind of Santa Claus on the Coke can, iconic, looking logos, right? And so that's always great. But if you're not backing up your data, you can't do that years from now with your images for your business if you're not already, thinking ahead, right? So this is an easy way to do that, is to have this particular external USB. It's a portable hard drive, so you're not like stuck at your home with your backup data, but it has the 1 terabyte storage capacity, which clearly is a lot of space, and then it's portable, on the go, compatible with Mac and PC. I always like to talk about this because I had to get mine, and I'm gonna show you mine, which I just disconnected. Let me see here if I can show this to you on a different screen. Okay, so this is the version of the WD that I have. It looks a little bit different, but this is the same brand, and I absolutely love it. And it's very little, like literally you could pop it into your pocket if you really wanted to. But this is the one that I have. And you can see the little WD logo on there as well. So same brand. And I think it just looks a little different on the one that I have on the screen. But stores tons of data, making your life feel more secure. Like when you think about like just having that sort of peace of mind that like it's somewhere, not just like, hey, it's in the cloud. Like I love the cloud-based storage too, but it's kind of like, hey, I have it. Like I have it right here in my hand. It reminds me of that movie. I don't know if you've watched this, Archana, or anybody who's watching. Make sure that you follow in here because I love shouting you out too. Is that movie The Net, right? Do you remember Sandra Bullock? Oh my gosh, I love that movie. I need to watch it. It's probably one of those movies that I'll probably watch over the holidays just to be reminded of like where we were with like cybersecurity and all of that and like where we need to be, right? So those are one of those holiday movies. It's kind of like one of those movies that you don't actually have to like pay that much attention to, but it's kind of like a really good one. I don't know. I love movies with Sandra Bullock. Anyways, maybe it's just because we have the same name. I'm not quite sure. Okay, so the next one that I wanted to talk about, just to kind of wrap up that one, it's 68 $99. And that's not that much if you're backing up data and you want to make sure that you keep it in a safe spot. The next thing that I wanted to talk about is this. It's a 3-tier rolling cart. Okay, so we're talking about spotlighting business. Now, I am all for, like I said, productivity. I'm all about organization. I'm going to showcase this one as well on my screen so that if you don't see it in the bottom tier right here, you can see it on the screen as well. But this one is a simple trending 3-tier metal rolling storage cart. And you can't see mine. Maybe I'll hold it up. Let me see if I can hold it up so that you can see it. This one is in black. Okay. And I like just the simplicity of black. I picked out this one because it is similar to the one that I have in all of the features. But I'm going to show you. Let me move my desk a little bit so that you can see that I actually have this particular one. Move this so you can see. I have so much in my cart. This is live, right? You just never know. All right. So let me try to hold this up. So this one is mine. Okay. So you can see that this is my rolling cart, and it is the same 3-tier style that is on the screen right now. So let me not disconnect anything. The only difference is the one on the screen that I have showcased, it has handles on the top. Okay, so you'll see on this picture, you can see there's a little round handle on the top. And I like that if you're trying to take it somewhere, it definitely helps you to maneuver it, right? So I love this one. And let me show it to you a little bit bigger. There you go. It's $32.97 right now on Amazon. Love it. Love it. And it's got kind of like mesh bottom, to make it a little breathable. If you needed to run some cords, which is what I have mine doing, if you need to run some cords through that, so that you're not, a lot of times with computers and desks and, desk areas, you end up with like that cord mess, right? You end up with just too much hanging about, because you want long cords just in case you need to, move things around, but you don't want to see them, right? Or you want them really at the ready, which is what I love to do with my, and I don't know if you can see this, but with my ridiculously long cord for my iPhone charger. Okay, so I run it through my little 3-tier metal rolling storage cart so that I know where the end of it is at all times. I can just pull it right from my cart and plug in my phone. Right now, my phone is actually plugged in, so it's on the other side of me. But I absolutely love to run the cords there so that it's there. And then if you need to roll it across the room, like I said, with that maneuverable iPhone holder, if you wanted to do some sort of moving images, things for like TikTok or any kind of videos, IG Reels, Facebook Reels, anything like that, then you can use it kind of like that guerrilla style of filming if you wanted to use a rolling cart and just connect your iPhone holder. Like I said, it's one of the earlier ones that I talked about in this particular live stream. But that one is really cool as well. And so let me talk about, there's only a few more. I actually put on a second cart because this session, I wanted to make sure that I talked about a few different styles. So this one is another one. It's a little bit more expensive, but it has a little bit more style. So if you are looking at the screen, you will see that I just highlighted, it's called Who Bro. And let me pull it on the screen so you can see it up here as well. When you are looking at it, you can tell it's a little more stylized than the one that I have. And that's why I wanted to showcase two different ones, one that I actually have, and then the other one that's in the same vein, but that I really liked as far as like the aesthetic. So if you're seeing it, let me pull it up a little bit more. You can see that obviously it's got a little bit more, it's not enclosed as much. So there's not like those side lips that the other one has to hold stuff in. but it has kind of that woody feeling. Okay, so it's a little bit more expensive. It's $72.99, but I really like the aesthetic of this one. It still has the functionality of the 3-tier utility cart. It has the adjustable feet. It, obviously moves and stuff like that, but it has the rustic brown in there. Okay, so it has that aspect. It says that just in the description, obviously it's functional. It's a stable thing as well. If you wanted to use it, not necessarily just as a business apparatus or storage unit, you could use it, as like a drink cart. This is some of the things that it talks about: a drink cart, or an office stand, or an end table, or a plant stand. When you're thinking about decorating in your office, it might not be for the functionality of it. It might be so that you're utilizing a plant or a fake plant to give you a little bit more ambiance, right? So, or to cover up cords. You just never know. So this is the second one that I put on the list, just in case you wanted a variation of the 3-tiered utility cart. And I don't know, a lot of people have brown in their office versus black. A lot of people have white. And so I also wanted to showcase, and you won't be able to see this because I'm actually using it and my computer is on it, but this is the next product that I wanted to talk about, which is the desk. Okay, so I have a version of this from IKEA, but I went on to Amazon to see if they had something similar. So the one that I found that is similar, I just put onto the list down here, so you'll see it. And I'm going to highlight it here on the screen as well. So my desk has a crank, right? So that you can stand the desk up and you can stand up while you're actually working. The one that I found here on Amazon is in the same price point as what I found for my desk at IKEA. It's $399.99, and you can click on the button inside of this screen, and it says save an extra $20 when you apply this coupon. Okay, so if you click like I just did, you can see that it basically is giving you this checkout, right? You're going to apply it at checkout. Now it's 48 by 24. My husband and I spent the longest time when we were trying to pick out a desk for me because I couldn't decide what I wanted for my desk. I couldn't decide if I wanted a really long desk, because my computer, my Apple computer right now it's huge, right? I should look at the specs. How big is this Mac? So this Mac is 27-inch, right? So having a 27-inch computer on your desktop takes up a lot of room, right? And so we were vacillating between, the longer desk. I think they were more in the like 54 to 57-inch range versus the 48 range, right? And on this one, if you notice, and if I zoom in, I'm hoping you see this on your end, but you can see there's an up and down button, okay? And then if you see also, there's a little bit of like a little break on the leg, if you see that as well. Now, if you push those buttons, it allows you to stand the desk up, right? And if you're one of those people like me who sometimes wants to stand while you work, this is really important because a lot of people forget to get up and down at work, right? You work through your lunch, you work through your breaks, you kind of just always are sitting. And so this is a way for you to levitate, right? To get up and do your work, if it's possible to do the work that you do at home or at your office, to do it in a way that you're in a standing position, right? And so there are those there are those functions on here. Let me put this even bigger. Can I make this bigger? Yes. Okay, so there's the functions on here that you can see that help you, number one, click on 4 different, I think, settings, or manually decide which level. It has the desk drawer if you're looking for a desk drawer instead of like a side set of drawers. And it has the USB connector so that you are right there with your phone if you need it, right? And to me, those are huge. Those are absolutely huge. Okay, so this is where it says up and down movement, height memory presets, USB ports, and a child lock. Okay, because you just never know. I have kids, like I told you. There's a spacious desk drawer that talks about, the different dimensions: 12.4 inches depth, 26.2 inches across. It's not that deep. So if you look, it's only 1.57 inches deep. So if you have things that are really tall, not probably going to go in your desk drawer. But you can see that it elevates itself, right? As you're pushing on either the presets or doing it manually. Okay. And you can see in this video, I'm going to try to play this video so you can see. All right, so that I absolutely love, is that you can see that it does exactly what it says it's supposed to do, right? Now, I have a similar style of desk. For me, I don't have the capability to go, I should say, automatically up and down with the type of desk that I have. That's why I love this desk. I do not have this desk, just FYI, but I did pick it out because I love the functionality that I have with my desk and that you can get with this similar style of desk. That, let me see the price point again. It's $399.99, and that's the similar price point that I have for my desk. But I think that if you're thinking about spotlighting on business like we're talking about today, you're thinking about what the equipment is that is going to get you to the next place in your business, that's going to help you have a better quality of life, have a better productivity, better organization. And that's what I'm talking about today. So that was one of them, one of the last ones on my list. But I always have to talk about innovation as well. And that's why I wanted to also put up on the screen one of the things that every year comes out without fail, and that is the Apple iPhone. Okay, so I put this on my list because and I love the pink color. So I put this on my list because a lot of people are thinking about getting a new phone. And if you are thinking about doing something for Christmas that is either for yourself because you deserve it and you want a new phone, good for you. If you are thinking about it because you need an idea of upgrading somebody else to a new phone, my mom actually just did the same thing with my grandmother yesterday. She talked about upgrading her phone because some sort of I guess her phone is not going to be serviced from here on forward. So she called, I don't know if it was Sprint or T-Mobile to change and upgrade her phone. But you can see on the screen, this is the Apple iPhone 13. And because I don't have this, I'm just going to read the specs for you from the actual Amazon page. And it says, you can purchase this with a monthly carrier plan, and it will be locked to that selected carrier. So just make sure as you're looking at this, it's $829. But I wanted to show you some of these images just because this is beautiful, just because it is so beautiful. But you can see it comes in a few different colors. All of the colors on this Amazon purchasing page, they all have the same price point for the 128 gig. If you click on any of the others, you can see over here, you can click on 256 or you can click on 512. Okay, that changes the price. So I definitely want to make sure that you know that it changes the price from, if you change the size of the plan, the memory that you have that comes with the phone, I believe, from 128 changes it goes up about $100 to 256 gigs. You then pay $929. If you go to 512, then you pay $1129. So just make sure as you're looking at the different specifications, if this is going into your cart, which I love iPhone, then I think that this is a great investment for any business person. It says usually ships within 1 to 2 months. So definitely think about this, because this is something that in business, everybody should be doing anyway, right? And the reason that they're doing this, they're promoting the iPhone before it actually is available. This is what they do every single year. If you have not gotten hip to the game, I'm dropping it for you right now. In business, you need to put the product out there and actually know, is there demand, right? iPhone, they already know there's demand because people love iPhone, but they don't produce more than they actually need, right? So they're asking people to buy it so that they can then go into production, right? They might have a certain stock of production that they've already done because they know that they, want to send it out to whomever their clients are, whomever their more, selective group of people are. Maybe they're influencers, maybe they're ad campaigns, whatever. They probably already do that. But for the bulk of it, they're not wasting the product. They're not wasting the investment in time and resources making products that aren't going to sell. So they're pre-selling, which is what every single business person should be doing, whether it's from course creation to the littlest keychain or the handmade item at home. Pre-selling your items to know, okay, this is going to sell XYZ. This is how many I actually need to make, so that you have that working capital, right? So as we look at iPhone, that's a prime example of every single year they are pre-selling their product to everybody who already loves and knows it and needs a new phone and happy to, buy it for Christmas or upgrade their plan, right? So as you're looking at this, make sure that if you want notifications on any time that I'm going live, click the button. I think it's up here to follow my profile here on Amazon. I know that they send out notifications when I do go live, and you want those to make sure that you're keeping in touch. Also, drop me a note in the chat. I know it says it down at the bottom. Join the chat, right? Let me know where you're joining me from. I know that Archana is here or was here. I'm not quite sure if you are still, but it's always good to chat with you guys live. Just to show you a little bit more, it says what's in the box. This is a USB-C to Lightning cable. Now, I have not seen this up close, but I assume, just as in Apple Pass, that this is probably brand new. So the different cords are how they keep us on our toes. Here's a little video. Yes, Apple giving you the deal with that video. Okay, so like I said, just be very aware that if you're switching the gigs that you are adding to your cart, that will change the price. So just be aware of that. And then also, as you're switching gigs, it looks like they're all, at this point, it does tell you how many are available in stock. And how many are left. So if you're looking at the different gigs, it will tell you what's available, what's coming, all of that stuff. And it's really important to look at that before you hit the hit the buy button, just so that you know that you're getting the right gigs, the right color, and that it's going to the right household, because you don't want your iPhone to show up at the wrong place. Last but definitely not least, because we were talking about Spotlight on Business, I wanted to showcase one additional book and it is Start with Why. I put this on here. It's by Simon Sinek, and it's a really, really great book. I actually have a copy of this book that I really think is beneficial for any business owner to really get in tune with why you are doing what you do, why you are in business for yourself, why maybe you know someone that you need to get a gift for that is in business or wants to be in business or is an entrepreneur. This is a great book. Getting to the heart of, and it even says how great leaders inspire everyone to take action. On the back, it's telling you more than 1 million copies sold. So this is a great, great book to have in your arsenal. It's $8.79 on Amazon right now. But I also, because I told you today, I'm putting extra things on here for you. I put the audiobook on here. So if you are an audiobook person versus a physical printed book person, I got you covered. Yes, girl, I got you covered. Okay, so make sure to look at the differences in price point, because there are. When you click through on the audiobook, it comes and goes as far as availability for the CD. But I would definitely make sure to go through on the printed book. If you're looking for a great book gift for anyone, and you can see last purchase, you can see, let me put it on the screen very quickly before I go. You can see I last purchased this on July 17th, 2020. So I purchased this over a year and a half ago, almost. And it's $8.79. You can have the different, you don't have to click into that one part. You can click on any of these right here. You can click on Kindle, audiobook, hardcover, paperback, or audio CD. There are a few different ways that you can buy this, either new or used. And it has so many great reviews. I mean, I'm just going to scroll down really quick so I can see. It is ranked number 2 on Amazon's bestseller bestseller rank is 345 in books, number 2 in computers and technology industry, number 4 in entrepreneurship, and number 14 in leadership and motivation. So if you're trying to get to that next point in your business, I highly recommend reading this book called Start with Why by Simon Sinek. And I did want to leave you by saying thank you so much. Thank you for joining me on Saturday. Like, this is your time to be, relaxed and in the weekend and in the moment. But I really appreciate you joining me on a Saturday on Amazon Live to just talk about putting a spotlight on your business, whether it's the calendar for your wall or for your desk, for the cork board, for the desk, the iPhone, the organization, the crankable iPhone holder, the LED light. All these things are going to help you be more productive, be more organized, have a better sense of self as you're sitting at your organized desk, knowing where everything is, whether it's in that 3-tiered storage unit that's movable. All of those things I picked out specifically to get you to the next place in your business with greater productivity, better organization, a more grounded sense of self, whether it's knowing that you can type with your ergonomic, wrist support, or your clean mouse pad. I mean, it's just the little things that I really think are beneficial to your overall business, trajectory for how you get to the next place. So thank you so much for joining me on a Saturday. I'm here every single Saturday. I might be changing the schedule to add, not take away, but to add more Amazon Lives as we get further into, I would say, November, December, because I want to give you way more Christmas gift ideas. So I'm excited about that part because I love Christmas and I love the holiday season. And I just saw on TikTok, I randomly was on there and I saw somebody live streaming and it was like snowing in New York. I don't know what's going on. I guess it's because I'm in LA and we have this like seasonless weather. I think we had one rainstorm in the last like 2 weeks. But I was like blown away that it would be snowing already anywhere for that matter, just because we're not even out of October. But I am excited because I'm going to add some more live stream sessions for November and December. So you're going to be seeing my face a little bit more, especially here on Amazon Live. If you're not following me on all of my other platforms, my business is called College of Style. You can certainly visit me there, or you can go to any of the platforms that are at College of Style for social media, or my name, Dr. Sandra Colton-Medici. I so appreciate you joining me today. It was so much fun. I don't know if you had a lot of fun, but I had so much fun today just being with you and sharing all of these different ideas and products that you can help your business with. So thank you so much for joining me. And I always put on the screen another way to contact me. So I'll see you very, very soon, next Saturday for sure, right here on Amazon Live.